Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of One Take Podcast here. I'm your host, Sean, and today we have two returning guests to the podcast. Let me first introduce the one on the camera here. You saw him on the fifth episode of One Take. Let's welcome again SytYoshi. Hi, Yoshi.
Hello.
Boo!
Yeah.
Boo!
And our second guest, you might have seen already 3 times in a row on my channel. And actually, later tonight, we're gonna do our Batman v Superman long ass spoiler review. Let's give another welcome to Quazi. Hi, Quazi.
Boo!
Boo.
Whatever.
I mean, hello.
So you guys met up in PAX this year, right?
Yeah.
You did? You were there at South, right?
South, and I first met you at 15 Prime.
Yes. I wasn't sure if I saw you at South. Everything's kind of a blur. There's too many
Yes,
people
I saw
there.
you late, very, very late Friday night,
Yeah.
just as you arrived.
Before we start, did you guys hear they're selling PAX South tickets on May 17th? That early?
Yes, I did.
Really?
Yeah.
That's very early. They usually wait for the
Penny
patches
Arcade
to end.
Penny Arcade had a intro video just highlighting, some highlights of 16. At the end of their video, they announced that, May 17th is the sale date for South 17.
Wait, or when are they going to sell the West then?
I have no idea.
They haven't announced the
said,
release date.
I'm worried because I don't want to miss out.
Tex has only said that it will be sometime after East. That's all I've said so far in regards to West, as they're calling it now.
If I get
I
enough,
don't want to pay a scalper.
if I get enough money from my job that I'm currently in, I'll probably go to PAX South.
You better jump on those tickets right away, then.
I know, right?
Yeah, otherwise you have to pay a scalper and waste all your money.
I gotta make all those milk teas for those people.
Or some nice turbos will get you some badges.
I know,
Yeah,
right?
again, if you're really set on going, just go. A badge will make itself available. That's what we've learned.
Okay. So all I need to worry about is like flight or something like that.
Flight and hotel stay. Make sure you're not on the streets.
All right.
Preferably not.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, we already got sidetracked here. Why don't we start off with the first question of our day? Pokken Tournament has released last week and it's getting actually a lot of good reviews. Do any of you guys own Pokken Tournament?
No.
No.
No? Well, I own it. I actually think it's a really fun game. And I haven't been into Pokemon in the last decade or so. Could you guys tell me what's the best Wii U exclusive game overall? We'll start with you, Yoshi.
That's exclusive. I honestly, in my mind, it's Splatoon. For me, that's just the game I keep on going back to. I get enough variety out of it where it keeps it interesting, and they've added a lot of content since it launched back in May. So between all the new weapons, the maps that they've added, and then the continuing Splatfest that they seem to be holding almost every month now, it does enough for me where they kind of keep forcing me to go back to it and just to see how people still play it, and just the constant variety of strategies that people use. So if they asked me this question early in December, I would have said Xenoblade Chronicles X, but the way that game played out, it disappointed me where Splatoon got this top slot back.
Before I get to you, Quasi, really, Xenoblade disappointed you? My dad absolutely loves that game currently.
I loved how it played, and the story is where it fell short for me. Gameplay, it was great. The exploring mirror was absolutely fantastic, and I hope Zelda follows in its tracks in just the exploration purposes. But the story, after spending 120 plus hours on it, and just the progression of the
do we lose?
things that it left unanswered. And
Well,
hello?
Yeah, we could still I could still see you and hear you.
Okay. It's just the way it ended was a serious downfall for me.
It's yeah. I got it from my dad for Christmas, and he absolutely loves the game so much. So especially mechs is his thing. So he really loves
Oh yeah,
the mechs part of it.
core mechanics of it is great. It's just the story is where it initially hooked me, and it had a significant downfall towards the end of the game. So it was enough of a downgrade to put Splatoon back on top in the top slot for me.
Quasi, do you have a choice?
I personally see the thing for me. Wii U's been a little bit of a disappointment for me for a long time now. I was hoping there would be like a lot more content than there ended up being. I'm I have Splatoon. I was hyped for it initially, but then the whole multiplayer stuff kind of wore away at me, so I wasn't as big a fan. I haven't come back to it since.
Mm-hmm.
For me, actually, the only thing I use the Wii U for right now is to play the old Zelda titles. So I played Wind Waker completely. I love that. I went and bought like a whole bunch of those virtual console Zelda games, and I've been working my way through those. So like, what was it, Minish Cap? I went in, finished that one. Link Before Time, I think it was, or something like that. I'm forgetting the exact title. Yeah, but that one, I finished that one. So I just been working through the old Zelda titles, technically exclusives, but I'm disappointed with what has appeared on the console. Honestly, there's nothing been really a good story game for me for a while.
You have any interest in picking up Twilight Princess?
I have Twilight Princess for the Wii, and I can play that on the console. But as soon as I heard that it was coming to a remastered edition, like screw that, I'm gonna just keep this for the classic version, and I'm gonna go and get the remaster because I really did not like the quality of the Twilight Princess I was getting, even though I really like the design.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saving myself for the remastered.
Okay. If you had to ask me a personal choice for me, a game that I keep going back to on the Wii U a lot, not only because of its replay, but the first time I played this game on Wii U, it was literally the first game I've tried when I got the console. I just absolutely love, and that would be Mario Kart 8. Because Mario Kart 8, I felt like it really pushed the boundaries of that series, and it really got me back hooked into Mario Kart. I wasn't into Mario Kart for like the past couple years before then, and Mario Kart 8 really got me synced in again. And here's hoping that the NX will have a Mario Kart 9, which I'm pretty sure it will.
It's almost a guarantee.
It's almost a guarantee, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do any of you guys like MK8?
I have it, I like it, and I can appreciate it. I'm just not really into big racing games. That's the only thing that draws me away from it.
I enjoyed Mario Kart 8, and it was a very good title, and just I wish they had. I would have thought that Nintendo would have done more DLCs like they've done for Smash Bros. That other than the two, they just stopped after the second DLC pack, and I was kind of disappointed, and it didn't give me an excuse to go back to it. So, and that's when the whole Splatoon hype for me took over.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, it's good, but it did. I mean, for a while it did. I mean, it did push what the Mario Kart series did, but I was just hoping for more with the whole DLC possibilities.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can understand that. There was only 2 packs that have released, and we were hoping that more would be released. But the 2 packs we did get were really satisfying. Like, we got a Zelda track, we got F-Zero tracks, we got Animal Crossing tracks, and not only that, we also got remastered versions of older tracks, and we got a lot of cards with it too, and characters. So I was pretty pleased.
Yeah, I mean, but I thought I really thought we would have gotten more because just the way, like I said, that Smash Brothers was able to pump them out. You would have expected Nintendo would have been working it with that same pace to push more of that variety and get more money out of the fans.
Yeah, I can understand that. I can see my Wii U library here actually on my shelf. If I had to give some honorable mentions, I'm currently playing through Bayonetta 2 right now. I'm playing Wind Waker HD as well. I finished Captain Toad Treasure Tracker before I traded it in for a Pokken Tournament, and it was a cute game. I thought it was short, but it was really cute. Anything else you guys want to mention for Wii U stuff?
I appreciate Mario Kart more for the multiplayer aspect, because that's one of the few multiplayer games that I really do like, and I like the way it's been set up for that, especially the way we as a community have been able to play this because of all the setup the mods have been able to do with it. But I kind of wish they put that much effort in all the multiplayer games they had, and they had more of it. That's the only real gripe I have with it. Other than that, I want to play Pokemon Red on Wii U. Pokemon Red, Pokemon Yellow, Pokemon Blue, the classics. That's the only Pokemon I play.
Only have 3 guests at the moment.
Yoshi, any honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions, other than Chronicles X, I would probably have to give Woolly World the last honorable mention spot.
Of course you would. You're biased to Yoshi.
I'm not biased. Like I said earlier, it's the first Yoshi game I've ever played. Yoshi's Island style game that I played. I'm completionist on the collections part, and it gives you enough challenge that it really satisfied me for a while.
I'm still shocked by that. That's your first Yoshi game, even though you're named Yoshi.
Yoshi's my favorite character since I saw it in the Cell drawing, and I love the character. Didn't like the games until Woolly World came along.
Any dishonorable mentions?
For me, it's Splatoon. Sorry.
Fair enough.
I don't forgive easily.
I understand. I don't have no dishonorable mentions, but if anything, is dishonorable mention is just the library of Wii U itself. I thought it would be a lot more. Honestly.
I'm pretty sure if people see this, they're gonna if people have played this, they would say Devil's Third, which is that crappy looking third person shooter game on Wii U.
Oh, that game.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It looks, you don't want to know. It looks cheesy and not in the good way. Like,
all I know is I'm tired of seeing Zen pinball and everything.
It'll never die.
Think of Devil's Third as a bad version of Deadly Premonition, even though Deadly Premonition is bad, but it's bad in its own good way.
Yeah, I was about to say, Deadly Premonition is amazing because it's so cheesy.
Yeah, but the thing is that Devil's Third is like so cheesy that it's not even funny. I heard.
It looks
it's pretty cheesy.
It looks the graphics look GameCube-ish, and to me, that's pretty bad.
And Deadly Premonition looked horrible too, but we love that game.
I think it had a lot to do with Fraser playthrough because of just how much he loved it and how much he hyped it up for us.
Yeah, but the thing is,
otherwise I don't think we would have given that a chance, really.
No, I actually played Deadly Premonition even before I knew what VGA was, and I absolutely loved it.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, for a new player for our generation, because then we have to deal with the bad graphics, it may not be something people give a chance nowadays. So you probably played it when it was just coming out, or when it was more recent.
I got the PS3 Director's Cut edition. The little remastered version of it.
I was not aware there was such a thing. Okay.
Yeah. Yoshi, sidetrack here. What did you think of Deadly Premonition?
I have not watched any of the playthroughs.
Oh,
really?
I'm excited for you.
Oh, come on.
I think I've seen maybe an episode and a half of VGA's playthrough, but that's it.
Oh,
is there a reason why you didn't go through with it, or is it just you never really bothered finishing it, or
backlog, and I just never got back around to it.
Yeah, you gotta get into that next time.
Yeah, there is a lot of VGA lore in there. You may want to, just for the sake of future jokes.
I will see what I can do about that then.
All right. I'm assuming we're done with the Wii U question. Yoshi, you're Splatoon. Quasi, you're like the Zelda stuff, and I'm Mario Kart 8.
All right.
All right. Next question. Microsoft has announced a couple of weeks ago, actually, their crossplay program that will allow them to play games with PC players, and could even go as far as PS4 if the deal goes through. The first game that they said would be covered on this program is Rocket League. Do you think Xbox is making a smart move? We'll start with you, Yoshi.
I think for PC and Xbox that makes sense because most people they already have a good install base with people who probably have upgraded to Windows 10 already, and Rocket League has enough of a following by this point where it makes sense for them to do something like that. But for Sony, then I can't imagine why either side would agree to that, because why would anyone choose one system over the other unless there's like already a lot of console exclusives to that particular system. So to me, the PC Xbox makes sense, but not if it goes on ahead to include the PS4 folks.
Quasi, what's your opinion on this?
I completely expected this. I've been predicting this for years, and I've been hoping that they would finally do something like this. But we should be very clear. Microsoft is not doing this out of the kindness of their hearts. They're doing this because they're losing this generation of console wars. And they know that people are prioritizing the PS4. They had the early lead. That means that most people, when they consider a console, if they're doing for multiplayer, they're going to go with the console that their friends have. And if they stay reluctant to allow that crossplay, they're forcing the potential customer to say, hey, do I go with an Xbox or do I go with a PS4? My friends mostly have PS4s. If I want to play with them, I got to go there or go PC. So for them, it's basically a numbers game. This is the only way to allow them to say exclusive titles, or titles in this case here that are popular. They should take the console out of this and just go with whatever they like. That way they're more likely to get more sales, rather than force it in Sony's hands. And Sony's not going to get really anything out of this. They can't really say no, because then they're going to be the jerk. But right now they're getting away with being like the cool guys, just saying yeah, we'll let you do whatever you want. We can let you trade games. Microsoft screwed up last time, so we took advantage of that. They can't really get away with just saying, you know what, no, we got an advantage right now. We don't want to allow this. So it's more just saying we are free to give you options as customers. So sure, take it. And they've already given that whole precedent where PC and Microsoft is doing this, and they can't really fight back against Microsoft once they've gone public with this. So they're kind of in a weird loophole here where they kind of have to go with it, even though it's not really getting them anything. So I'm just seeing the business side of things here. But if you asked me 3 years ago, I would have been like, why won't they do this? I want to have a Xbox versus PS4 tournament. I want to say who's the best console players. Let this be a fan war. That's what I was really hoping for initially. But I'm a little bit cynical now.
I see. How do you guys feel about Rocket League being chosen as the first game, Yoshi?
Totally makes sense. I mean, it exploded out of nowhere, and I think it's just gaining popularity. Even I can't play because I don't have a PS4 or Xbox, and my laptop can barely run Stardew. And I want to play Rocket League just to see what I'm missing, apparently. So it totally makes sense that everybody is still riding the wave of last year, and you might as well capitalize on that popularity while it's still there.
Quasi, what do you think of Rocket League being the first game chosen?
Again, I agree with Yoshi. It very much makes sense. Beyond just the popularity, I think it's mostly because they've already set the infrastructure up for this. The PC players can play with the consoles, so they know how to interact between cross-platforms right now already. And it's just basically hitting the switch right now for allowing them to communicate with the networks. So really, the facility, the infrastructure's there. Rocket League is just the most popular example of this that can go public. If they had a whole bunch of other games that would do this, I'm sure Microsoft and whatnot would promote this and say, hey, look at all these titles that can go and do crossplay now. So they can go and say, get an Xbox because, hey, Microsoft. So it totally makes sense in my mind.
Not to mention, like, Rocket League is one of the best multiplayer experiences on a console or PC ever so far, so you guys are right, it does make sense a lot.
I'm a little bit concerned that Rocket League isn't innovating as much or as fast anymore, and people are going to start going away from it.
I don't know about that. I still play it time to time. It's still a hell of a lot of fun. Like,
Yeah, but when was the last time we had like a good like we used to whenever we first came out? We would be on there like every day. Rocket League, everyone jumps in, we play. That's the entire reason why we started the Skype group the first time around, just to do these kind of conversation between massive groups. But we haven't really done that in a while. And you might play individually every now and then, but it's nowhere near as frequent as we used to. So I'm a little bit worried that like the fan base is like moving away from Rocket League, mainly because it's just a repetition now.
no,
And people have already seen all those fancy tricks.
I see a lot of my Steve friends, including Turbos, who still play Rocket League. The mods still play Rocket League, to those who own it. There is a new update coming, which I want to do a tournament for our Turbos. It's a basketball update, so I'm hoping we could do that someday. That's kind of off track of what we're saying here, but so far, you guys think Xbox is? Do you guys think they're doing a good idea right now, or do you think it's a bad idea?
Good.
I think it's good. I'm surprised it hasn't been done earlier, but now that they're doing it, it just seems logical between the Xbox and the PCs.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of inevitable, but it also forces them to not go back on this later on. So suddenly, if they come out with like the Xbox, whatever they want to call the next number, 12, if they come out with the Xbox 12, and suddenly in this case here they say no more crossplay between PS4, Xbox exclusive only, because somehow they're leading, everyone's gonna like turn an eye at them. So they're kind of stuck right now. They have to continue this, which is good for us as gamers. So that's fantastic. Now that they've unloaded on this option, they can't go back on it, in my mind, without getting massive. The first company that says no more crossplay is the company that's going to get lambasted by the public. So I can just see the angry Reddit forum and the internet going crazy on this for like 5 weeks or 2 days. The internet.
Would you guys be happy if like the Nintendo NX would do the same?
I would be happy if they do anything. Anything. Whether it's with, yeah, just anything. I'm seeing all the stuff that Sony and Xbox do, and in the back of my mind, I'm wishing that Nintendo does this. So hopefully, with the NX, does something to this effect. We still don't even know what it is to begin with, so
Quazi?
anything would be a surprise at this point.
I just wish that Nintendo would compete. Now, historically, Nintendo doesn't compete. That's the thing. Like, if you look back at the old games against their current consoles, when, like, Nintendo was competing against Sega, so in this case here, Sega was the actually more powerful system. And they put a lot of premium parts into it. But because of that, they paid a premium in the price, and people went to Nintendo because it was a lot cheaper to deliver. So it's smart why Nintendo historically has been doing this, because they can go and get away with the older content people can program for easier, and in this case you don't have to spend as much to build it. That's what Nintendo does. But because of that, they've tried to apply that in the current generation, which has been so heavy on graphical prowess and processors and all these different things that are needed to be higher end, and Nintendo's not competing. They've taken that too far, though, in my mind, because they don't go in and even try to go to shows and take part in this anymore. They just do their own little Nintendo Directs, find their own little corner of the internet, and just like do their thing. And they laud on their titles that they've earned in the older generations without having to put in effort. They're getting lazy, in my mind. That's my major concern, because that's what happened with the Wii U. That's why it was failing so much. Nintendo did its own weird thing, as always, but no one really bothered to compete for it, because it's not even really in the market. It's so hard to have all these exclusive titles go to Wii because they have a weird controller. No, there's not a lot of network documentation regarding it for people who've really experimented on that system beyond like the indies and other people who would play for it. And such a restrictive platform. because it's Nintendo. So, I mean, they're feeling the burn, and that's what's causing a lot of Wii U. I agree with Yoshi completely. I just want them to do something in this case.
Hashtag feel the burn, Bernie Sanders 2K16.
Oh, you had it from there.
Just kidding.
I'm
This isn't dated.
I just lost my train of thought too. Great.
Side note. Do you expect an NX announcement at E3 this year, Yoshi?
I'm begging Nintendo to make some kind of announcement because I'm tired of these rumors that are endlessly flying around with no verification of some sort from Nintendo, whether they can confirm or deny. I just want something so we can just put a rest of all these speculative rumors which don't help anybody, and then gamers and developers alike. Just tell us something so we can move on from there.
Quazi?
I just want them to go to E3 and actually do a show.
Not direct?
Remember the old... I'm worried they're just going to do a direct. And then they're going to just, in the E3 show, just wander around the floor, take pictures with Miyamoto like they did last time. I want them to actually put the effort in, go live, take a risk, and just present. It's always interesting, and it forces them to be on the stage and be comparable to everyone else. And then they get compared. That's the thing.
I would hope with a possible NX reveal that they would almost have to go to E3 to just show it off, to make a big splash to the world. That they have no choice but to do a live presentation with E3. For the past years, I can see their arguments for they're just showing up titles, and they can just easily show them off on the floor without having to do the expense of a big presentation like all the other companies. So I think if they are going to do an NX reveal at E3, it has to be a live presentation.
Okay.
I'm hoping. I'm really just crossing my fingers.
Well, we'll eventually find out in 2 months since E3 is just around the corner.
Hopefully, we put it in a month when the E3 lineup is revealed, that they can tell us who is and who is not presenting this year.
Okay,
Ooh.
that's fair enough. Oh, Bethesda's already confirmed they are going to do it, and I'm pretty damn sure Microsoft and Sony are going to be there as well.
I just realized if Nintendo shows up at E3, which is before PAX West, then that means PAX West might have some NX content if they do demo that.
Which is really why I want to go to PAX West this year, because I'm almost 99% sure that an NX, some sort of news of NX is going to be revealed at E3, and if it is a reveal, then for sure that NX will be front and center of their space in the main expo hall.
Yeah, they always have a good Nintendo presence in PAX Prime, so I would be surprised if they didn't.
So, since you guys mentioned PAX Prime, are you guys going there this year?
Yeah.
It is planned. All depends on badges for me.
All right. Well, if Nintendo does go there with the NX console in hand, I'm assuming you guys will give that a try.
Of course.
I will gladly wait for however long I need to touch it.
If I'm there for the entire weekend, I'll probably wait in line for once. If I'm just there for a little bit, I'll just take a look over the corner and film some people playing it, just so I can look at it later. But I hate lines with a passion. I will not wait in line for anything.
Hey, I stood in line for 3.5 hours for Star Fox, which has been delayed since Prime. So
No.
Was it good,
I won't even wait in line for like a water bottle. I'll just go across the street and get something from Starbucks. I don't care if I have to walk further. I will not wait in line, sir.
Before we get to the next question, was Star Fox cool, Yoshi?
I thought it looked good. That was my first time playing Star Fox, and I thought the graphics was good, despite what other people have said consistently. To be fair, I'm not the best one to talk to about graphics quality.
You care
about
about
what I saw.
Gameplay?
Gameplay was good. And I thought I was interested. normally I'm not interested in Star Fox games, but it caught my interest.
All right. Well, I think we've moved on from that question. We definitely got a lot sidetracked with that Xbox crossplay program question with a lot of stuff. So while we move on to our third question of the day, the Gambit movie that was supposed to star Channing Tatum has actually been delayed for production for late 2016, which was literally just announced 3 hours ago from right now. Should this film still be made, guys? Yoshi.
Gambit was an interesting character for me when I saw him in the Saturday morning cartoons that I saw way back in the day. He had enough personality, and his seeming relationship with Rogue, I thought he was an interesting character. So, I mean, he would make a good film. I mean, but if you keep on running into production delays, I think at some point you got to cut the cord and say goodbye to it.
Quazi?
Wolverine really ruined Gambit when they put him on the live screen. I want a Gambit. I want a Jubilee. I want a Gambit. I want a Beast special where he's just running around doing taxes in New York. I don't care. I just want these characters on the screen. But Wolverine screwed it up so horribly. I'm so happy where they're taking it now. But oh my god, they tainted that character in that movie so badly. A Chan Tate's Gambit would be kind of funny. Chris is laughing thinking of it. So I'd be interested to see where that goes.
Yoshi, well, speaking of Channing Tatum, Yoshi, what do you think of Channing Tatum as Gambit?
I'm not familiar enough with Channing Tatum to render opinion on it, to be honest.
You never seen a Channing Tatum film?
I couldn't name one unless you told me some of his movies.
21, 22 Jump Street?
No.
You never seen? Oh, wow.
I haven't seen either one.
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike.
No. Absolutely.
Oh, that's actually a good film.
What is the feel-good film of the year?
It is.
Brings families together.
Oh, I'm sure it does.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's whole fun for the family. So Quasi, speaking of fun, what do you think of Channing Tatum for real?
I actually don't know. I can't picture him in my head. All I'm seeing is the guy who plays Thor. That's all that's coming to my mind
Chris
right
Hemsworth?
now. Yeah. They all look the same to me. Big, muscular, blonde-haired dudes.
You're having a Frasier moment.
I don't know.
That's honestly the same kind of picture that I'm coming up with too. So.
Yeah, Hollywood actors nowadays are pretty much uniform. They're like a plastic model. They all look the same, and they all like have the same basic general facial features. If you like take all the actors who are like male actors in this case here, stick their faces into like a computer program, and then compare them, I'm reasonably sure you're gonna see like a 95% like accuracy. Just like they're all almost exactly the same face. So I'm sorry, all you white people look the same to me.
So yeah, this film has gone into a lot of production delays, lots of rewrites, and does this make you worried about it? We'll start with Yoshi.
All the rewrites and stuff like that?
I heard there were some rewrites with the film.
No, I mean, I'm not going to go deeply into investigating what's going on behind the scenes. I mean, if it's running into enough of these problems that something in the back of your mind just say, okay, we just the idea completely.
Mm-hmm. Quasi?
I'm not too worried because X-Men is riding on some pretty strong coattails right now. So there's kind of a no wrong scenario where they can kind of do whatever they want.
Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, now that they know how to make an X-Men film again and they know where they can go horribly wrong, they'll probably get approval for Gambit. I'm not too invested in Gambit, honestly, even though I want to see him as a film. So anything I get will be happy, but I'm not going to like cry if they don't go and do it. So,
Yoshi, I'm kind of curious about have you seen an X-Men film? I've never mentioned you, and you never mentioned it in chat when we always talk about it sometimes.
I might have seen the first one, the very first one that they've done, but beyond that, I haven't seen any of the other more recent films.
Not Deadpool?
Just, pardon?
Not Deadpool?
No, I haven't seen Deadpool either.
Oh.
I'm very picky of what movies I see, and
Okay, so hold on. Let's confirm this. You've seen X1, the first X-Men.
I believe I've seen X-Men 1, the first X-Men movie.
Okay, you haven't seen X2.
I don't believe so.
And you definitely haven't seen X3.
No.
And you haven't seen any of the Origins films with that internet sweetheart girl, Jennifer, what's her face?
Jennifer Lawrence?
Yeah. Where she plays Mystique.
No, I have not.
Oh, we have so much to catch you up on. Okay, we know what our movie nights are going to be next time.
Yeah, we know. Yeah, we definitely know. Yeah.
Deadpool, from all the stories I've heard about Deadpool, he just doesn't seem to be a character that I particularly would be interested in.
When you say stories, are you referring to the comics, or are you referring to the stories about the movie that just came out?
Just to Deadpool as a character himself. To me, it just doesn't seem to be an appealing character.
He's a dick, but you want to watch him because he's a funny dick. This is one of the funniest movies you'll see in a long time.
Then maybe I'll just catch it if it ever shows up on my cable grid. Then I will give it a whirl. Then.
You're hurting me, Yoshi. You're hurting me.
I'm sorry, but to me, I'm very particular of the superheroes I get invested in.
Yeah,
Quazi's writing in pain on the West Coast.
Yeah, before we.
Sorry, Quazi.
You're making my part of Canada cry.
I'm sorry. It's just I'm very particular.
Before we move on, is there any superheroes you are into?
Batman. I'm kind of getting interested in Supergirl now because of this TV show. Certain like Iron Man, certain Marvel characters I am very interested in. I just can't name them off the top of my head right now.
All right. Well, why don't we move on to the next question then? I'm pretty sure we're done with the Gambit question. Okay, this is gonna be kind of a silly one. I just added this in for whatever the hell because it was a slow news week, so I'm just like, fuck it, why not? The Pee-wee's Big Holiday movie has been released on Netflix. Did any of you guys watch that yet?
No.
No, I didn't know that was even out. Oh,
Yeah.
That was a thing.
I heard it's actually getting really good reviews for those who are big fans of Pee-wee, of course. But we're not reviving the question around Pee-wee's Big Holiday or anything like that. I'm gonna tell you guys, is there any 80s, 90s show or movie you would love to see a revival on Netflix? Yoshi?
I have 2 TV shows and 1 movie. The one TV show is Batman the Animated Series because I love.
Good
this
choice.
I was like 8th grade, 6th, 7th, 8th grade when it aired, and just the dark, moody Batman and the graphic and the animation style was just perfect for the show. And it's just that's when I really got into Batman, just because the way he was presented in the animated series. The second show, the show called Animaniacs.
Mm-hmm.
So Warner Brothers creation. That show was. I don't think I should have been watching that show when I watched, because I got none of the references, but it was still hilarious. It created Pinky and the Brain, and just wacko. The three main players on the show. And then the one movie I want to revive on Netflix is The Goonies, because I think that could be smartly done now in a reboot sense.
Interesting. Quasi, I know I did give you this question, but do you have any in mind?
Oh, I have so many. You have no idea.
Oh.
Okay, the short list. It should
You have a short
be
list?
the short. I have a long list. I can give you that, but it will take
No,
forever.
I'll go with the short list.
All right, short list. First, for the kids, Gummy Bears, the 80s 90s cartoon.
Oh, I love the theme song at least.
Yeah. Then there needs to be a revival of the Disney afternoon, which is DuckTales, Darkwing Duck, Chippendale Rescue Rangers, Tailspin.
Ooh.
I'm right there with you.
Hey,
Yes,
hey,
every one of the theme songs needs to be spoken again, and they need to just
Well-
bring them back.
well, before you move on, there is a DuckTales reboot coming on Disney XD.
I'm very excited about this.
And there,
But I'm with,
oh, sorry about that.
no, I'm with Quasi though. No, but I'm glad DuckTales is coming back. But I do think that the whole block needs to come back because that was pure joy for me.
Did any of you
Yeah.
guys see the
Kids-
screenshots for it?
I'm staying away. I want to just go in blind and be happy again.
I saw a screenshot. I'm intrigued.
Okay. Quasi, moving on to your list again.
All right, so Disney Block needs to come back. After that, we need to go and deviate away. We need Digimon again. So I like Digimon, the first ones, not the stupid little card wars and whatnot, but the good Digimon, the first ones, just the reboot with the cheesy dubbing. Then we need some good animes on the TV, like they had Sailor Moon back then. We need some good ones coming back to the kids for the morning cartoon block. After that, I'm going with Gargoyles. Gargoyles.
Ooh,
Have you not seen Gargoyles?
I've known of it.
I vaguely remember it. That was Disney too, wasn't it?
It was Disney. It was the Disney one which allowed blood. You don't actually see that in Disney normally, but it had real world violence, it had guns, it had blood, it had death, it had mutilation, it had genocide. And it was a Disney cartoon, and it was amazing.
And I think it actually aired during that. For a while, it aired during the Disney block too.
Yeah, it was the late 90s.
Yeah.
Oh, the one last one I want the good Sonic the Hedgehog back, where they had Sally the squirrel, and they had them as freedom fighters, not those stupid pink hedgehogs that are now his girlfriend or human girlfriend. I want the proper animal kingdom in the forest fighting the Eggman. That's Sonic the Hedgehog. There was a cartoon series way back when that I loved that got me into Sonic, and it was basically that storyline of there was a animal kingdom, there was an evil scientist, he went in and transformed most of the citizens into the robots that he has serving him. The group that escaped in this case here became the rebels. They're led by Princess Sally, who is the squirrel, and then Sonic is one of the guys who just free dealing and hyper and wants chili dogs and running around. They had the rings, which blew your mind when you saw that in the cartoon. You're like, oh my god, he's powering up. And you don't see that often. You had like a special pool where he'd like pull it out of, and like it's a rare item. So if that ever came from the cartoon, you'd freak your head off. That was a good cartoon. I'm gonna find that theme song. Hold on. You keep going.
Alright, wait, Quasi, one more thing. Is there any movie you would like to see a revive on Netflix?
Movie? You mean like a remake?
An 80s, 90s, like, you know how Pee-wee's Big Holiday is technically a sequel in the Pee-wee franchise that is on Netflix? Is there any 80s, 90s film you would love to see? Have a sequel on Netflix?
I haven't really thought of 80s, 90s ones because all the 80s, 90s ones are so good that you kind of don't want them screwed up again. But I'm not sure.
Not sure?
I could probably think of something later, but I can't think of anything right now that would need to be brought back. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think most of I was trying to think of 80s and 90s. I think most of them I'm good with where they left off.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, obviously, you wouldn't want to see a Back to the Future sequel on Netflix or remake.
I don't know. After the way 3 ended, you would think they can get more.
Like if they do it badly, no, of course
No.
not. But Netflix is actually kind of impressing us lately, so I'm kind of willing to let them risk it.
Huh.
Oh, by the by, Here. Play that.
Are you sure I'm not gonna get flagged for this?
Oh, you'll probably get flagged.
I don't want to get flagged. I don't want to get flagged. Damn it.
Doesn't matter. It's quality material.
For a little bit,
Sonic.
like 10 seconds. I don't want to get flagged. All right, here we go.
Blue streak speeds by. Sonic the Hedgehog, too fast for the naked eye. Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic, he can really move. Sonic, he's got an attitude. Sonic, he's the fastest thing alive.
Oh crap! I think I'm playing the whole thing now. Crap. I'm probably gonna get super duper flagged for this, but fuck
You
it.
can edit it out,
I know.
but still, I mean, this was the cartoon
Maybe-
that I love. This is what
Maybe
got
if we
this on.
talk over it, maybe like how Fraser does, maybe we won't get flagged.
I can't even hear it right now, so
Yeah, but you'll definitely hear it on the episode, probably.
okay.
Yeah, you'll definitely hear it on the episode. Okay.
You can just stop it. You don't have to watch all of
Alright,
it.
I just
This is
watched
for
all-
later. This is for enjoyment.
I watched the whole thing already.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good theme song, right?
It's a good
really
theme song,
like,
don't get me wrong. But I just am worried if I get flagged.
Let the flagging happen. Let it happen.
Yoshi, it's interesting that you say the Goonies though, because there is a talks of Richard Donner doing a sequel to Goonies with the whole cast back.
I don't know if I want the original cast back. I think, or I would want a reboot or a new fresh cast doing some derivation of Goonies, because I think it's just they need one for this generation.
Well, I mean, if Paul Rubens is 61 years old currently, I mean, and he's still doing Pee-wee stuff.
Goonies ageless, come on. I think this generation can use a Goonies type of movie.
That's true.
See, the real problem is that this generation doesn't have a Saturday morning cartoon anymore,
That's or
another-
or an after
Or
the school
Goonies
cartoon. Yeah, they don't have any cartoon blocks. They just have get up, have your cell phone time, go to bed, and that's it. They need a good Saturday morning cartoon to have like super sugary cereal with, and then go and sit in front of the TV and just like veg out. This is why cable sales are going down.
And everybody's out the door by 9 o'clock on Saturday to go to their sports games.
Screw that. They need to be like in front of the TV getting fat like everyone else.
I'm totally with you on that, though.
Yeah. This is why America's not great anymore.
I don't know if that's why.
They're getting too healthy going outside. No. They should be sitting in front of the TV, getting hyped with cartoons, getting filled with sugar, then going to school and talking about it with their friends. This is how you get friends. You talk about your favorite cartoons.
I can remember watching the Disney block after getting home from school, and then the very next day, during our gym class in elementary school, like 4 or 5 of us consistently would talk about the entire afternoon block of DuckTales and Darkwing Duck, and even the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, where we just discuss the whole block of what went on that previous day.
Yeah.
Captain Lou Albano for the win for Super Mario Bros. Super Show.
Absolutely.
But before we go to our next question, I'm surprised I didn't think of Batman the Animated Series. That would be an interesting take that Netflix would do.
That was great. I loved it. Just the way they drew everybody in that series, and the gothic lettering, and just the whole mood they set for the entire series was fascinating for me.
Yeah.
That's actually really interesting.
Yeah. Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill for the win.
Mark Hamill got his career because of that, other than Star Wars, but whatever. No one cares about that.
Just other than Star Wars, yeah.
No one cares for Star Wars. It's not like the most cult phenomenon movie of all time, right?
Screw that. No. It's all about the Joker.
All right. Well, I think we've talked enough about that question. Our last main question for today: Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice has released this week in theaters, and if you guys don't know, me and Quazi have our spoiler-free review up of Batman v Superman. Later tonight, actually, we're gonna do our long spoiler review. We have a lot to talk about, right, Quazi?
Oh yeah.
We have a lot to talk about.
Oh, Simon show.
Yeah. The I estimated how many things we have to talk in our spoilers, because if you guys, well, we recorded the spoiler stuff after the non-spoiler stuff, but then we decided no, this is really taking too long. We might as well cut it out and just put up the spoiler-free review first. I estimated the time. It's gonna take us at least 2 to 3 hours to talk about this spoiler review. Longer than the movie itself. Yeah, it's really long. Before we ask the question, Yoshi, have you seen Batman v Superman yet?
No, I have not.
All right. Well, have you seen my review of it?
I listened to your review. Yes.
Are you still gonna see the movie?
I will probably wait until it comes out on cable for that.
All right. Well, so the main question I have here for you, well, actually, before I ask the question again, you should probably wait for the R-rated extended cut, Yoshi. Just a thought. Yeah, there's an R-rated 3.5-hour extended cut coming on Blu-ray when it releases.
3.5 hour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the original running time?
2 hours and 45 minutes.
So they've added 45 minutes to this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently, since it's R-rated, there's going to be a lot more bloodshed in it.
Well, I'm sure.
Oh, that Batman death.
Oh my god, if you've seen it, Yoshi...
This inflamed it even more, why don't you?
Yoshi, if you have seen this movie, you would see how much ass Batman kicks.
Take your word for it.
Oh man, Ben Affleck is, I think, without doubts, the best one so far. So moving on to the question itself, it's a simple one. What is the best DC show or movie currently? Yoshi, we'll start with you.
I would have to say Supergirl. I like what they've done with the show so far. I wasn't expecting much when it premiered, and I gave it a shot in, and I have not been too disappointed with it yet. So I would have to say it's Supergirl.
Quazi?
I go back and forth. Right now, DC's really winning me over with The Flash, but Supergirl is actually coming up. It's kind of starting to compete. It started really rough. That's the problem, but it's actually picking up very quickly. So it's Super Flash barely, and then Supergirl.
Berlanti bump, Quazi?
Berlanti bump.
If you guys
but
don't...
again,
okay.
it's just the storyline right now is so amazing.
If you guys don't know what the Berlanti bump is in Quasi's vocabulary, Berlanti bump is when Greg Berlanti does a show, and it has horrible first episodes, but it gets better as things go by.
Mm-hmm. The reasoning is because they want to rush themselves to the plot they care about, so they bypass all the stuff that we would care about as an audience for backstory, just to get them to the context they need, so then they can go and amaze us with whatever mind-blowing plot they want to deal with.
Except for Legends of Tomorrow, am I right?
They have not passed the Berlanti bump yet. They're showing signs that they're willing to, but they're still not anywhere near that. I think there may be secondary reasons beyond Berlanti bump to deal with that.
Yoshi, do you have a movie in mind? A DC movie in mind that is good?
Not really.
Not really?
Flashpoint.
Quasi, anything in you?
I think I heard someone say Flashpoint was a good DC movie. So it's a DC animated movies, but still that counts.
Okay. What about live action?
Have they had? Well, I mean, the only good one so far, other than this one, is Man of Steel. I mean, you can count the. I don't really even consider the old Batman series anymore.
Well-
I consider the Batman to be its own thing.
Well, I'm counting every single DC film that was made in existence, so you could say The Dark Knight or something like that.
I kind of got Dark Knight burnt out, so I really do like Man of Steel. I feel like this movie, Bat v Superman, should be considered better than Man of Steel, but still, I'm gonna go with Flashpoint, the animated cartoon.
So Yoshi, no movie of DC whatsoever.
Okay, well, if you are going to count the Batman movies, then I would have to say Dark Knight because I did thoroughly enjoy that movie.
What did you enjoy most of it? The Joker, probably.
I'm thinking of the one with the first one, this
Batman
Katie Holmes.
Begins.
Batman Begins. I'm sorry. Sorry. Then Batman Begins.
Oh, so you're talking about the one with Ra's al Ghul and Scarecrow.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So hold on, have you not seen the new ones?
Not the last two of the trilogy. Not in full.
What?
Oh,
I've seen
Yoshi.
I've seen the start of Dark Knight and got turned off on it for some reason.
I propose during PAX Prime we take Yoshi, tie him to a chair, and just like make him watch a bunch of movies throughout at our hotel.
There's not enough time for that.
No, you won't have a choice in this. We're gonna take you, drag you in a chair throughout the entire convention, making you watch things. We're gonna have little eyedroppers drop liquid in your eyes because you won't be allowed to blink.
And you wonder why I don't tweet on my locations during any of the PAXs.
We'll find you. We have a community.
We'll try.
We'll find you.
Oh man. Yeah, if you want my favorite DC show or movie, show, I would say The Flash as well. The Flash is really kicking ass ever since season 1 and still kicking ass in season 2. In terms of movie though, that's a little tricky. I do like the Batman films, well, some of them at least. I do like the first 2 Superman original movies with Christopher Reeve. Man of Steel, I didn't hate, but I didn't love either. Oh man, if I had to choose one, it's between Batman 1989 and The Dark Knight. That's a tough choice because both are equally good. I mostly say Batman 1989 because of Michael Keaton's Batman, and I mostly say The Dark Knight because of Heath Ledger's Joker. It really goes back and forth with each other.
I don't know. Jack Nicholson was pretty. He played the Joker really well.
No, don't get me wrong. Jack Nicholson was definitely a really good Joker. I'm not gonna deny that. But Heath Ledger, holy crap, he scared the crap out of me.
I haven't seen it yet, so.
Well, Heath Ledger redefined it. Again, it's like comparing apples to oranges. They're both a Joker, but they're just not comparable anymore because they're just playing 2 different goals here.
Yeah.
In my mind.
So I believe we all made our choices in this question.
Yes. Though I would like to put an honorable mention for the old Superman cartoon from the 90s because we never brought that up, but it actually was relatively good.
Batman the Animated Series?
Well, Batman the Animated Series came first, and then after that, they started the Superman cartoon immediately after that.
Yeah, and
those 2 tied together to become the Justice League cartoon later on.
Yeah, but would you guys have chosen Batman the Animated Series as well if I included that?
As a cartoon?
Yeah, well, as a
Sure.
show, as a DC show overall.
I mean, I'd consider it, but I'd still consider it part of the cartoon category, so I'd want it to be in its own grouping.
Yeah, I'm with Quazi on this one.
Okay. Well, I think we made our choices here, and that's it for the main questions for today. We're moving on to the quick questions, which both of you don't know actually. So today I have 3 questions for you guys here. Just give me a quick response on how you feel about it. You guys know this already. You've been through this before. So let's get on with our first question. The Ratchet and Clank film had some new footage this week at South by Southwest, I think. as that were premiered. Do you guys think this movie will be good, Yoshi?
It depends on who they aim it for. If they aim it for the kids, that could be hit. That I don't think it would do well. But if they like try to aim it to the gaming audience who feel an attachment to the characters, I think they hopefully will do a good job with it. So I think it all depends who they targeted this movie for.
Quasi?
Ratchet and Clank, if I'm not mistaken, is a Naughty Dog title?
No, Insomniac.
Oh.
Insomniac
Okay.
Games.
Well, regardless, from what little I've seen of Ratchet and Clank and from their games recently, it's a funny show. So I feel like whoever does it just has to make sure the comedy's in there. And honestly, no one will really care if they go with an origin story or an established universe. So I think it could be good, honestly, depending on who actually does the animation style. If they do Pixar style animation with good comedy writing, they should be fine.
All right. Second question. The Batman Telltale game has been announced that will have an M rating, like the most Telltale games have, and it will have a completely new engine that Telltale has confirmed for the new generation. Are you guys excited for this game, Yoshi?
It all comes down to the story for me. Can they give a compelling story like they did with the first episode of Walking Dead or Wolf Among Us? To me, it's all about story, and all the bells and whistles to me don't really matter.
Quasi?
I'm gonna care more if we get to see a Telltale game with Batman if he's not Batman all the time. I want to see Bruce Wayne's life a little bit more in this case here, because they always just go Batman at night. That's just watching an Arkham game then. So I want to see in this case here Batman and Bruce Wayne dealing with their own things. So if they do that, which I hope they will.
Would you like to see more of them giving more of them giving Gotham a personality too?
What do you mean exactly?
Give the city some life, some context within. It's not all just focused on Bruce Wayne and Batman, or just just the circumstances of it.
I'd be okay with that. I'm tired of the stereotype because we've been seeing so many Arkham games. I feel like I'm getting burned out on the same old, where it's just Batman jumping between rooftops, talking to some criminal, going to Jim Gordon, asking what's going on, then going back and doing that same old thing. So I want to see like some good guys every now and then. I want to see some general citizens. I want to see, in this case here, news reporters. I want to see like him going to Wayne Tower and talking to the business side.
They're presenting Gotham as a somewhat of a viable city.
Yeah.
Not even gloom all the time.
Yeah, no one wants to live in Gotham right now. I mean, there's no point. That city should have been abandoned. It should have been abandoned and burned. It would be a detriment to this world to have Gotham exist.
Well, that's why they wanted to destroy the Batman Begins. So.
Yeah. Really, Batman was the villain here. He should have let it burn.
All right. Well, that was an interesting question. The last quick question for today. You guys will probably be liking this one. The new Voltron Netflix series has been announced for a June date this year. And believe it or not, the animation team behind the Voltron series was behind Avatar: The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. Are you guys excited for this series, Yoshi?
No, because I wasn't a fan of Voltron to begin with. But if it's by the Korra team, then I could be persuaded to give it a shot. But at its face value, no, I'm not.
Quasi.
I could be persuaded because I'm always into giant mech fights. But honestly, I don't know very much about Voltron. I don't know how it happened, but I grew up in the age of Voltron, but it just never crossed my path as a kid. So I don't know like anything about it beyond it's just this is a colorful mech suit. So I don't really care who's animating it. I know they're quality studios, so I'm gonna care about who's writing it for it more now.
I see. That's it, guys. That's all the questions I have for you tonight. Thank you guys for being here, for taking your time and having you guys make the time to be on my 7th episode of One Take. Yoshi, where can they find you online?
They can find me on Twitter at SytYoshi.
And Quazi, where can they find you?
At the VGA community or on Twitter at Quazi Joe.
As a joke. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for watching this another episode of One Take. I would like to thank my guests again, Yoshi and Quazi, for being here and being good sports here, for taking their time again. And you can guys find me on Twitch at GamingKid1998, and you can find me on Twitter at SeanLeeRag. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching again. And this week, I will have another episode. This time with 2 stars, Midnight Starlight and Star Kitsune.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Well, I didn't ask Midnight yet, but I'm pretty sure she'll say yes because
She's been voluntold.
She loves being on the podcast, and Star already agreed to being on Saturday as well. So I hope to get that going as well. But there will be an episode on Saturday, no matter what. All right, guys. Thank you for watching again, and have a good night, guys. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Night.